Hello, my name is David Morning. I am a third grade teacher at a rural school district in Perry County, Pennsylvania. School district is called West Perry School District, right outside Harrisburg. I did my undergrad at Millersville University studying elementary education, and now I am doing my graduate program also through Millersville, getting my master's of education, but getting it in technology and in innovation, focusing in my STEM endorsement. So I'm taking this class as an elective, so I might be a familiar face to most of you, and there are a lot of things I hope to learn through this course. I hope to learn some engagement strategies I can use with my students, potentially in the future or currently this school year. And I also hope to deepen my philosophy of what it means to be an online educator a little bit as well. So after reading the 2 chapters that were assigned to us, I started to develop my philosophy of what it means to be an educator and an online educator as well. So in my school district, we have some technology. We have Chromebooks in the elementary and middle school. We also have Kindle Fires in the K1 and 2 classrooms in our elementary schools. And we also have a one-to-one initiative with Chromebooks in the high school. So West Perry School District, where I teach, we have come a long way when it comes to having access to technology in the classrooms with the students. So focusing on my philosophy a little bit, the biggest thing to keep in mind that I agree on after reading the chapter is the organizational piece. When teachers are organized in their content and what it is they want their students to do via online learning, the students will be engaged, they will construct more meaning, and it'll be more towards their interests, and they'll be able to collaborate with one another in a more effective environment. I do agree after reading in the chapter that the material that is given to the students should be more at a slower pace, and I feel that way because I know for me that if I have too much thrown at me at once, I tend to get a little stressed out. So as Ollie is doing with this course, kind of laying it out with module and only releasing certain pieces at a time, I really feel as if that's very effective as an educator and really helps the students not feel as stressed when it comes to how much work they have to do. In regards to which approach, I fell in between a teacher-centered approach and a constructivist approach, mostly because I am an elementary teacher. The teaching center approach fits best when it comes to like K, first, second, and third grades, because these are the grades where students are just starting to develop and understand a sense of how to use technology. As I said, I'm in a very rural school district, so I have a lot of lower socioeconomic status families where these families don't always have technology available to them. So this teaching-centered approach with the younger students really helps me as an educator understand that students need to have a routine and understand the basics and the principles and the proper way how they can collaborate with one another in an effective online environment. And after they have developed those routines and those procedures and that understanding of how they can effectively collaborate with one another, you can move towards that constructivist approach where the students are going to be able to collaborate with one another and the teacher kind of takes the back seat a little bit and the students are the one driving the car a little bit more. I do use Google Classroom in my with my third grade students, not to the extent of what I wish I would use it, how much I would like to use it for, but I use it when posting student work. Students can see each other's work. We don't really comment on each other's work though. Again, that's something in that teacher-centered learning environment where I would have to teach the students those routines and those procedures and the expectations. But through this philosophy and through this course, I hope to be encouraged to use more technology in the classroom and to kind of push the boundaries a little bit, because online learning environments is not something seen in the elementary classrooms quite yet in my school district. So I'd like to push those boundaries a little bit and get the administration to see how effective it can be in the classroom. In regards to the last question that we had to discuss, when it comes to allowing teachers to develop a sense of having a one-to-one initiative or an online learning environment initiative, it all revolves around developing a new routine, whereas the teaching is going to be the same in a sense where you're still teaching the content and the students are still learning what it is that need to be taught to them. But the approach of teaching it is definitely going to be a lot different. And with those new approaches comes more frustration, especially with some older teachers and younger teachers, any age teacher that just feels if they need to be in a routine and they are taught one way of how to do it. But in this 21st century, we've been teaching the same way for many years. It's the same way it's been taught for centuries and decades before. And now we're in this 21st century where things are starting to change. Students are born into an environment where there's lots of technology all around them, and we need to foster that and help those students develop those understandings in the correct way, even how to use technology, whether it's in the classroom or not. But teachers, when they have that sense of frustration with something new, it could be revolved around the idea that they already have so much on their plate, and we are throwing more on their plate in this sense, allowing teachers the opportunity to teach online. They tend to get a little bit frustrated just because there is already so much on their plate that they need to do. But with this online learning environment and online learning for the students, could we eliminate some of those frustrations and some of those things on the plate, those little things, and throw them off through the use of online learning? That could be the question that I could hopefully like to learn through this course. But ultimately, new habits just call for new routines, and professional development will hopefully be provided for teachers to allow them that time to develop what it could look like to be an online teacher. But through some of the other articles that Ollie has posted, that implementation should not be something that it just is there and you're going to do it that school year. It definitely takes time to develop and time to understanding what it looks like and how it can be driven, and how the students can also drive the car a little bit as well. But through this course, I hope to learn a little bit more about what it means to be an online educator, help develop my philosophy a little bit as well, and hopefully help me push those boundaries, as I stated a little bit ago, to kind of figure out what it means and what it could look like to be an online educator. Thanks.